What's up guys? Welcome to another episode of B is for Build. In today's episode, we are prepping to go race out in the Las Vegas desert on the Mint 400 track. We are getting a test preview run to test this vehicle before the real race in December. And there's quite a few additions and changes that we found out from our last race that we want to make and we want to have ready. So that's what we're doing in this episode today. Lots of good stuff, just making this vehicle a little bit better so it's a little bit more ready. Stay tuned. Before we get down to work, I want to take a second out to thank our sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Stop whatever you're doing right now because it is time to raid. You can explore millions of champion combinations and master countless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. With hundreds of artifacts to equip and over 500 champions blessed with unique skills, you can build your team, develop your champions, and raid your way. And Raid is free to download on iOS, Android, and PC, so hit that download link at the top of the description. My favorite part of this game is the attention to detail in the characters. The modeling and the character design is second to none. My second favorite thing about this is the PvP arena. I love battling, going head to head against other people in real life to see how my champions stack up. So today I'm going to give you a quick rundown of my top 5 favorite PvP champions. Coming in at number 5, we got Dracomorph. He's great because he has very powerful attacks. Number 4, we have Sify the Lost Bride. Very great because she has super high defensive attributes. And number 3, we have Venus, a very good all-around player, high resistances as well. And number 2, we have Chris the Ageless, who has tons of HP and great defensive numbers. And coming in at number 1 is Valkyrie of the Barbarians faction. She is a beast, I think the best champion in the game. And this month, Raid has a jam-packed non-stop schedule of events and activities. We're talking special fusion events to get a brand new legendary champion, tournaments against other players, and much more. They're also releasing 5 amazing new champions, and each one of them looks incredible. I can't wait to try them out myself. So if you're ready to get started with Raid and you want to get a huge head start, you're going to want to look at that link at the top of the description or check out the QR code on the side of my screen here. And when you use that, you'll get an epic hero champion, Shinoru, who is amazing in the Doom Tower. You're going to get 200,000 silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in game. And all that stuff's going to be waiting for you right here, but remember guys, that's only for new players and rewards are going to expire after 30 days. So it's that easy guys, just click the link at the top of the description and I will see you in game. Huge thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring yet another episode, such an amazingly large supporter of our channel. I really do appreciate it. Let's get down to work. On that whiteboard over yonder, I've got a list of things to do with the engine out and a list of stuff to do, well, it doesn't matter where the engine is. But I want to get started on some of the engine out stuff, particularly the power steering. Let me pull the engine off and I'll show you what we got to do. Alright guys, we got the engine out. Now we're going to start rocking through the to-do list of stuff to do with the engine out. Valve covers need to be done. We need to swap those out. We got some Texas Speed ones that have some really good breathers on them, so it's going to be a great improvement. We'll go ahead and do that. And then we got to swap out power steering pumps. Here's the Corvette one with the upgraded pulley. Here's the one that we were told to buy by our engineer. I'm thinking he was right. I was wrong. We'll talk more about that once we get it on here. Well, it's not going to fit on here. That's why we didn't install it the first time. So I'll explain more about that when we get there. Got the new valve covers on here, man. These things look phenomenal. Huge thanks to Texas Speed for sending these out. There'll be a link in the description below if you want to check them out. Huge thanks. These have great breather systems that are going to be awesome for the application. We also pulled off the power steering pump. Let me show you the power steering pump dilemma. So the shiny boy here is our Corvette power steering pump. We modified it to have AN fittings and to have a smaller pulley. It should be generating about 15 to 1650 psi, and you'll notice that it is right now exactly level rib for rib with this other guy right here, but it's sitting on a 1/4 inch tall wrench. So this is Corvette, it's the Corvette height, and it's a 1/4 inch shorter than this. So we couldn't run this one because it's a 1/4 inch too tall. Our belt wouldn't fit over it. And so this is an expensive off-road power steering pump, and it's made for this type of application. It says 1450 psi on the bottom, but we don't know how much volume it's pushing at 1450. So the power steering was very, very heavy feeling as I was driving the car. Extremely heavy. You can see me muscling it around every time you see me inside the car. So we need to fix the problem, and I was told by Sam, the engineer, that the problem is not enough psi. So it's time to go to this pump. Now, how do we do that? Basically need this pump to go down 1/4 inch on our accessory bracket. So what we're going to do, probably machine a little bit off the bottom here. It's got a little bit of extra room on the bottom. Gonna machine that off. Then we're gonna move over to the bracket. This has got a little extra right here on those feet. Sorry, it's a little out of focus. A little extra right here. Gonna machine that off as well. Then everything else we need, we gotta come in here and machine out of here. Oscar had tons of fun with the Eastwood mini mill, and you can see that this has been milled out right here. And so we brought that down to make some room. Also, this has been all sanded flat. That'll make some more room. Hopefully it's enough. We're gonna go ahead and give it a test fit and alignment and see how it goes. Next up, the emergency stop button is not very well installed. It's just hanging on here by zip ties. It definitely works, but we need to make it better. The long term for the body panels on here are basically we're going to build tabs on here, and then a piece of carbon fiber goes across each panel, making it look like it has different paneled sections. I want to go ahead and try, these pieces were made to be out of steel, these ones that are inside the vent. So you see the vent here. The inside ones are supposed to be made out of black steel that matches the roll cage. So I want to try and build this piece, the first piece of that vent system, and then the emergency stop button will get mounted into that, like right centered in here. It's gonna be hard. It's at a really, really tilted angle, but I'll see if I can figure it out. All right, time to put the engine back in. With the engine back in, it's time to keep working on the upgrades. On our last set of valve covers, we had like open breathers. To be very honest with you, underestimated the amount of dirt, silt, and dust that would be flying through the air as we were racing. Guarantee we got way too much dirt into our engine. So now we need to install a proper set of breathers, and the Texas Speed valve covers really help us do that. So from here, we run AN lines to a proper catch can that will be mounted somewhere around, yeah. I got the engine in. It's about time to move on to the testing phase. It's almost midnight. We have a whole day and a half left before we got to leave for Vegas, so let's hope not much goes wrong. We're not quite ready to fire up. I'm going to do the finishing touches to fire up. We got things like the radiator, fuel lines are ran, a bunch of stuff is ran, but radiator, coolant, mufflers, other things like that, and then we shall fire it up. What we're going to be doing is firing it up, hitting red line, and making sure we don't throw that power steering belt. Great result, we did not throw the belt. Power steering is working pretty well, so we are good on that. Next set of upgrades that we're gonna do is more aerodynamic. We need to funnel a little bit more air into that radiator. So we gotta build something cool. So we gotta build our roof scoop. I'm excited for this part. right, Oscar got some awesome designs done in the cardboard, and now we're ready to transfer it over to metal. We wanted to use some thicker aluminum, but we don't have any material, and we have to go racing tomorrow. So probably a temporary metal solution that will be aluminum later on. The car is outside right now because we're testing some other stuff, so I'm going to be applying new springs that are going to give us better ride height, and they're just a better spring rate for the vehicle. And Oscar's going to start getting this cut and bent and shaped and ready to roll. All right, we got the car moved inside. Oscar's got all the tabs, the mounting tabs for the roof scoop. There's one more here. I swapped out the springs. We have a lot more ride height. It's still not anything extreme because this is meant to be a lower profile car, but we're getting a lot closer to where we need it to be. We also have adjusted the preload, so it's not as dangerous if the shock fully binds up. It's not gonna be anywhere close to blowing out those control arms, so that's good too. Feeling really happy about that. And Oscar has done this piece right here, which is super awesome. I love the way it looks. So I originally had the idea to just do kind of one rectangle, and then he had the idea to kind of do a triangle in the middle, and it came out awesome. So the bottom is painted with the steel it black so it won't rust, and the top is gonna get vinyl wrapped with the gloss black, just like we have the doors, so it kind of looks a little bit more like the roof. So we're gonna go ahead and vinyl wrap this thing up and get it installed. Oscar just wrapped up the roof scoop. We got it all installed. Well, it's not completely done yet. So yeah, there's a little mismatching because like the roof hasn't been rewrapped. So it's like old faded paint with some overspray here and there, and then the clean blackness. But don't worry about that. Who cares? All cosmetic. We need a little support right here in the middle. Right now it's a little flip-floppy, but if we put a support right here in the middle, it'll be very strong and able to do what we need. So we're gonna inset it a little bit. Eventually I'm gonna 3D model a it's not a vent. It's not a vent on the vent. It's like a grill. It's going to be like that honeycomb pattern, and it's going to come all the way through here, and it'll support it all up and down. I'm just going to 3D print that whole thing, but for now, we're just going to build a support like kind of hiding back here a little bit. That'll be nice and strong. I'm finally getting back around to working on my emergency shut-off plate. So this plate's going to go right in here. I've got it cut out so my emergency stop can go in there. I'm just going to go ahead and paint this black. We're going to weld in our tabs right here, and then we'll get it bolted in just like we did with this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is light outside. The birds are chirping. It is 6 a.m. right now, so Oscar and I worked all the way through the night. This thing has to be on a trailer in the next 5 or 6 hours to get on its way to Las Vegas so we can be there on time to meet the owners of the Mint 400 to race the Mint 400 track. To give this thing a good shakedown on the Mint 400 track. So let me show you what we got accomplished here. We got the emergency stop button placed in a plate here. Now, I have a few gaps here that I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not super proud of. I don't like those gaps. that piece is definitely going to have to be remade, but it is, just for the time being, a very, very good, very sturdy spot for the emergency stop mount. I mean, you could punch that thing and it will not break or anything like that, so that's good. The roof scoop is all done. Oscar's got a central support in there, and that's another piece that's probably going to be redone in heavier gauge aluminum, but we really wanted to be funneling all that air right at our radiator when we're out there racing, so it's going to help our cooling. It's probably going to be about 110, 111 degrees Fahrenheit, so more air the better. Now when you're looking at this from a profile, keep in mind too that we're going to have a light bar that's over here. So the light bar, so it's kind of like up in the back here, and then it'll be up in the front as well, with the light bar, and then the light bar has a shroud that's kind of styled the same way as the roof scoop. Looks very cool from the back. Now it's time to install the last little feature before we go racing, the cool shirt system. So this is a shirt that, as you can see, has a bunch of veins, almost like tubing, running all the way through it, front and back, all the way around. I have one of these that goes over my torso but also cools my head. I get migraines very easily. Keeping my head cool is a very important thing for me to survive through the day and through a race. So since we're going to Vegas, it's going to be super hot, summer in Las Vegas desert. Cool system is a necessity. So we got the shirts, one for the passenger, one for the driver, and then we have this bag. This is a 12-quart system, and it's basically got a water pump inside it, and that's where these cables go, and then you throw ice water in here and it flows the water out and it returns it right there. This will live right behind the seat there. So what I need to do is just wire it up really simply. Ground wire, and then the signal power wire that I need to get off of our PDM. So I'm going to make that white button right down there be a button that sends a signal wire that's going to run right over here and run back to the cool shirt system and get it all so it'll power up and power off when we want it to. With that race pack, this installation was like almost cheating. So I just used spade connectors so I can pull the whole bag out of the unit. Ran one of my extra wires from my bundles up there that I left up there, and then just jumped on the laptop and programmed this button. So if you listen, you can hear the pump inside the bag running. And turn it off and it goes away. That's it. Now this bag just goes back there. We fill it with ice water right before we race, plug in our shirts, hit the button, and we're good to go. We'll be cooled. All right, guys. Well, with that being done, it's about 7 a.m. It's time I go home and get some sleep. I think the boys will be in for the next shift shortly. Thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, you will see us at the Mint 400 course in Las Vegas, giving it all she's got. We are gonna figure out what this vehicle can do. Basically max it all the way out. If we break it, no problem. We are there to just push it to the limit. I hope you guys will join us then. I'll see you in the next episode.